Hi, now we are going to talk about part two. This is part two of a serial bond. I had a problem with my screen, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off where we left off. Now it's the same question. Now what we're going to do is we are going to do the journal entry. Now my next entry is on December 31st, and it is year one. What we're going to do is you could do it in different entries. I'm going to show you how each entry is going to be done, so make it a little bit easy for you to kind of navigate it. First, we're going to make a payment for the interest. You can give them a one check, but I'm going to show you. So debit will be your interest expense. In this case, we are making a payment of 50,000. That will be your cash. In this case, it's a 50,000. That is a cash. So now but we still have to make a principal payment too. And when you're doing a principal payment, you're going to do a bond payable and a cash of 250,000. Now the company could also do an entry for one cash entry, so I'm going to show you how you're going to combine the entry. Since it's the end of the year, by my interest expense should be 58,663, but we only recorded an interest of 50,000. So now I have to record an interest. In this case, interest expense is 5863. So altogether, so we have to record another interest of 8663 and a bond payable. In this case, it's a discounted bond. If it's a discounted bond, your bond payable is going to go up every year. So it will be 8663. So in this case, bond payable will be that. So if you were to kind of do an entry, you could do a combined entry if you wanted to kind of do it. In this case, if you do a combined entry, or you could, I'm just going to show you, or you could do a combined entry. If you were to combine entry, is you're going to debit the interest expense. In this case, if you look at it, your interest expense is going to be 58,663, and then you have a cash. Your cash is going to be your 50,000 plus the 250,000, and that will be 300,000. And then you have a bond payable. Your bond payable amount will be, now if you look at it, in this one we have a debit and this one we had a credit, and if I take a difference between the both, it will be 241 337. So if you could do combine the entry, or you could do three entries, whatever you find it easy, that's what you will do. So in this case, we're going to do year two entry. So year two entry will be, let's do your year two. So if you look at your table, you could do the entry. I'm going to show you both entries. So you have an interest expense. In this case, my interest expense entry was for the cash. I'm just combine. First, I'm going to do single entries, then I'm going to combine it. In this case, it's 37,500. This is also 37,500. And then we have a bond payable, and a cash will be 250,000. This is 250,000. We have an interest expense and bond payable. So in this case, interest expense and a bond payable, the amount that we had, I think if we go up, it was going to be I think my screen moved before, so it was this one. I think it was 6683. So I'm just going to put it in here. Yeah, my next one was 6683. So in this case, my bond payable was 6683. Oh, this is 6683. Now, or you can combine all these three entries into one entry. So that's for year two. So you're going to have an interest expense. In this case, interest expense, if you look at it, now you could go to your table, and then my screen is frozen. Oh no, it's not frozen. So then if you look at it, you could just pick up the numbers from here and whatever the interest expense was. In this case, it was 44,183. So let's do that. So our interest expense was 44,183, and then we have a bond payable. Our bond payable was 58,663, and we have to make a payment. Our cash, we have to make a cash payment. In this case, it'll be 25,000 plus my cash payment of 37,500 gives me 287,500. Sorry, I don't know why I did this. Your interest expense in this case is 4483. Our bond payable is 243,317. So then you're getting these numbers from the last table. Too bad I can't go up and show you that. But let's see if I could try and giving it to you. So now if you look at it, now these are the carrying value, what we are minusing, that will be coming out of your bond payable. So in this next case is 240. We are going to go to 244,416. So now I know the entry. So what we're going to do is we're going to do year 3 entry. My year 3 entry will be year 3. What I'm going to do is I'm going to combine the entry, debit the interest expense. I think most of you guys will like the combined entry. In this case is 250,000, and I'm going to plus your 25,000. That's my next payment. It's going to be 275,000. I'm going to make it a little bit thicker so that it's easier to explain or easier to see. You have a bond payable. In this case, it was 245,416, and then my interest expense is 29584. Or what we're going to do is we're going to do all the entries in year 3. You have an interest expense, and we have a cash. You have a bond payable, and we have a cash. In this case, this number does not change. It's 250,000, and what we did is we made a payment of 25,000, and then when we're doing an entry, we're going to be doing an entry for 4584, and that will be your interest expense. And we have the bond payable. In this case, your bond payable is going to be 4584, and this is 4584. And let's go to our last year, which is going to be year 4. And what we're going to do is first we're going to do the combined entry, debit the interest expense, go up to the you could go up to your table and pick up the numbers. I already have the numbers down. Debit the bond payable 247,642, and what we're going to do is it is your cash. In this case, it's 250,000 plus your 12,500. That's my cash payment for the next one, and it comes to be 12,000. So it'll be 262,500. Or we can do multiple entries. We have an interest expense, we have a cash, we have a bond payable, and we have a cash. And then what we have is interest expense and a bond payable. So interest expense and a bond payable. We know this is we are installment payment, and this is our last installment payment. When you're calculating your interest, in this case, we are going to go up and see what your interest expense is. This is what part I don't remember. So the first one was the interest expense was 12,500 and 2358. 12,500 and then 2358, and this is 12,500. So this is my debit entry, and that's my credit entry. You have a debit entry and you have a credit entry. So you could combine the entries, or you could do it 3 different entries. For most students, what they do is they like to combine it. We want to make our life easier, not make it difficult. So this is how you calculate your serial bond. So in this case, I recorded 2 videos for serial bonds. I had an issue with the first one, so that I had to re-record the year December 31st, year 1 entry, year 2 entry, and year 3 entries. I hope you're able to follow the transactions and how to calculate serial bonds and how to journalize them. And if there's anything else you wanted me to record the video, do post a message so that I'm able to record some more videos for you. Thank you for your time.